Hello there, it's Peggy McColl, and I am back with this live video presentation, which could possibly be one of the most important lessons. It certainly is one of the most important understandings that I've come to know over the past 40 years of personally studying personal development and success and how to change your results. So I have an illustration for you that I really believe that can help you. So if you're willing to stick with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you how negativity, even if it's a little bit of negativity, can absolutely destroy your dreams. And I'm certain you don't want that. So let's take a look at this illustration that we have right here in front of me and in front of you. I have in my hands a glass of coffee. It's a very dark liquid, as you can see. And in the other glass, I have some water, just clear water. And I want you to think about these representations as a negative mind with all the dark water, very destructive, very bleak, very dark. So think about that for a moment. Let's just talk about a negative mind. This is really where my mind was about 40 years ago when I first met the wonderful Bob Proctor. Very negative. I had been raised in an environment that was dysfunctional. I believe that's the term that's used. And there was abuse. And of course, I had created a very negative mindset. And so as a result of having that very dark, very negative mindset, all of my results were reflective of that. Now, as a child, that's where our belief systems are built. They are also known as paradigms. We build our belief systems at a very young age. So my belief systems were conditioned within me. So all my thoughts, my words, my feelings, and my behavior, my habits were all habitual. These were things that I was accustomed to doing and to thinking and to feeling, and therefore I would consistently recreate more of the results that I didn't want, more of dissatisfaction in my life. And then came along Mr. Bob Proctor. Very positive mind, very optimistic, very inspiring, had been studying at that point when I first met him, personal development, professional development, success, how to make your dreams come true for many, 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 many years. Now it's been about 60 years that he's been studying this work. So he's ahead of me by about 20 years. And so when we take a very negative mind and we bring it together with a very positive mind, the negative mind must be open to these new ideas. But here's what happens. I'm just going to adjust my screen here a little bit so you can see what I'm going to do next. Actually, let's see if we can maybe even back this up a little bit. I want you to be able to see this, but yet I want to be able to do it in a way that really is supportive of you as well. So I'm going to grab something here on my desk that's going to allow me to put these glasses up much higher place so that you can actually see them. All right, so let's put them up onto here. There, okay, and I'm going to move it so you see it in front of me. Okay, so there we go. We've got the negative, we've got the positive. Now, when you think about, this is who I was, as I mentioned earlier, extremely negative woman, thinking negative thoughts all the time. That was 40 years ago. And I met Bob Proctor, very positive. And I decided I would study personal development. And I decided I would do that because I wanted to get out of the emotional pain that I was experiencing. So I would take the good ideas, the good thoughts, the good strategies that Bob Proctor would share with me, and I'd put it into my mind. Now, I just dropped some good positivity into this glass here. Did you see any change? Did you see any change, anything? No, you didn't. Okay, now let's take some more positive and let's put it into that negative mind. Boom. You saw me at it, right? This isn't a trick. I'm not a magician or an illusionist. I put some more good in there. Did you see any change? No, you didn't see any change. Now, what would happen if I just started to pour in the positive, right? Just started to pour in and pour in and pour in the positive. Let's add some more. Now, you're going to see some change. Ultimately, you're going to see some change. Now, if I kept adding positivity into the negativity, kept adding and adding and adding, ultimately, this is going to change. It's not going to become as negative. But through space-time repetition of positive ideas, this glass, this dark glass of coffee will eventually become very, very, very clear. But it takes time. And that's the thing that a lot of people get frustrated with, is the amount of time that it takes for the negative to be converted or changed over to positive. So what does that mean to us? Well, we've got to keep working on it, keep working on it, keep working on it every single day. That's why my Power Life script process works so magically, is because you're working on it every single day. Now, let's look at this. Let's say you are a very positive person and you've conditioned yourself to be very positive. You've been working on it for a long time, as I have for 40 years. And something happens. Something unexpected happens. Let's say somebody says something to you that just sort of triggers some old belief system that's within you, and it causes you to feel insecure, or it causes you to feel fear, or it causes you to feel doubt, or it causes you to feel, I don't know, unworthy. So what happens is you've got a clear mind now. You've been working on that for a while. And now you take the negative. Let's take a spoonful of negative and we put it into the clear water. Now what happens? Instantly you see a change. Instantly you see a change. Now, if we allow ourselves to get caught up in that negativity, and we keep letting the negativity roll around in our mind because we're afraid of something. Oh my goodness, it's not going to happen. There's no way this is going to happen. I don't know how that's going to happen. I'm so distraught. I'm just so upset. And you just get all caught up in the negativity. Boom. You have just contaminated your results. Just contaminated, completely contaminated your results. So you want to become very aware of what you're allowing into your mind, what you're allowing to be recreated in your feelings. You want to be only focused on what you want, only focused on positivity, only focused on seeing yourself having whatever it is you desire. However, as I mentioned earlier, with you, me being a habitual creature, in order to get to a point where you are less thinking about the negative and you're more focused on the positive, you've got to be disciplining yourself every single day to put the good in, put more good in. Now, it's going to take some time in order for your negative, contaminated mind to be cleared up, to be refreshed, and to get it to a point where you're feeling really good, where things are really happening for you. But you've got to watch that negativity, because as you saw in this little demonstration, it only takes a little bit of negativity, a little bit of the dark water to change the color of our clear water. And that's my message for you today. It only takes a little bit of poison to kill. So you may be asking, well, Peggy, what's the poison? What is it that kills dreams? Well, the biggest thing that kills dreams is fear. Fear. Now, afraid of failure, afraid of success, afraid of it not working out, afraid of loss. I mean, there's many different things that people are afraid of giving it a try, afraid it won't work. Whatever it is, fear is definitely a big destroyer of dreams. Now, does that mean that you will never have fear when it comes to achieving your goals? Absolutely not. You're very likely going to have fear. Why are you going to have fear? Because you're stretching yourself when you're in that growth process. So that's one of the reasons. Another negative idea, negative thought, negative feeling that can destroy is unworthiness, feeling that you don't deserve to be successful, that success is just reserved for some other people, but not for you, that it's not in your DNA to be successful. And I say that because that's what I thought way back when, like many, many years ago. I really believed back then, before I met Bob Proctor, that I was destined to live a poor life. I really thought that. My parents were poor. Their parents were poor. And probably their parents were poor. So I thought it was just part of the formula. And frankly, that is the way most generations live, is because they've learned by observation. They've learned by building the belief systems at a very young age of observing what their parents went through. Not that the parents were good or bad, it's just the way they were conditioned to live. So many people, and I was one of them, had the belief that success was for other people and it wasn't for me. So that obviously is a negative, destructive idea, a negative, destructive feeling. It doesn't feel good to think that you're destined to live in misery. So I decided to change it. That was one of the things that I decided to change. But you've got an opportunity. You've got an opportunity to live an incredible life. It's available for anyone and everyone. But there's work involved, obviously. There's understanding involved, obviously. And awareness is a really important part of it. So that's why I wanted to deliver this little message for you today, is that I wanted to help you understand how negative minds, negative thoughts, negative beliefs can contaminate results, and how easy it is to be influenced by negativity if you're already in a positive space. Now, you may be somewhere in between, and I don't know anyone on this planet who doesn't actually have negativity creep up or creep into their life at some point. I do. But what I've learned to do, and what I've effectively learned to do, is recognize when it's there, when it rears its ugly head, if you will. And I've learned how to switch out of the negative into the positive. And one of the most effective ways is a way that I talk about all the time, which is the Power Life Script process. Why that works is because through space-time repetition of powerful ideas that you're hearing through your ears, through your senses, over and over and over again, you come to believe it. It becomes a part of who you are. So you end up having a very, very clear, healthy, positive mind. You script your life, you write a description of your life the way you want it to be, and you record it and you listen to it and you step into it every single day. Every single day. You can find out more about that on powerlifescript.com. Or if you want to see a preview to it, you can go to dreamyourdreamlife.com. Dreamyourdreamlife.com. I had to think about what the URL was that I registered. I own 614 domain names and I use them for different things. Anyways, that's a whole other topic for another day. But through space-time repetition of new ideas, you will condition your mind to get rid of the negative and only focus on the positive. And when you do, well, you are in a great state. You're in a vibrational state of, it's a frequency and energy where you're attracting only good into your life. So that's my message for today on our Facebook Live. Great to see you guys here. Happy to be with you. Happy to serve you. What I suggest that you do that can help you is I suggest you do one of two things. One, share this video with others so that others can benefit from this understanding as well, because this has made a big impact on my life. I first saw that video with the water and the coffee probably 40 years ago. It wasn't a video, actually. It was Bob on stage, live on stage. So that's one of the things that I suggest that you do. Another thing that I suggest that you do is watch it again so that you have a really good understanding, and then stand guard at the door of your mind and don't let any negativity in. And if you find that negativity is already in there because it creeped in somehow, maybe it was years ago, but if it's there, replace it. Replace it with positivity. All right, that's my message for today. And I'm sure you're going to have fun with it because life is meant to be fun. I'll see you again.